Well, good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Send It Cup Series here in Original Rebels. And tonight we're at Dover International Speedway for the Dover Downs 250 here on Intensity Broadcasting. I'm Eddie Smith, and sure he's glad to see you. Hope y'all are all in well and ready for some good action tonight as we are racing these Next Gen Cup cars. And I tell you, the Next Gen Cup cars have really started to become a favorite of mine really quickly after these updates. We saw a lot of changes in how the car drives. It's a lot harder. It's tougher on the drivers. And I tell you what, take a tough to drive car and stick it on Dover. It can be a mess. These are really fast turns, a really fast little track. It uh, it basically tucks you in as you go down in the corner. It kind of like a nice warm blanket tucks you into that corner, and you keep that speed up throughout the whole turn, and you come down the back straightaway with a bunch of speed. So uh, the car has been pretty loose here, pretty much everywhere that we go has been the same thing. It's going to be difficult to drive. It's going to take a lot of throttle control, steering input to get this done tonight. But we got looks like about 19 drivers willing to take on the challenge tonight. We had a full field for Talladega. Where'd they all go? I don't know. But super excited to see this one play out, as I think we're going to have some great racing. We got some badass drivers in here, and so we'll see who's able to take home the win. Of course, the big story of last week was Chuck Pegleg Phelps getting that first win and able to secure himself in the playoffs and get that first league win that he's been so desperately trying to get. So it was a great weekend, good night of racing. I'm expecting to see maybe another first-time winner tonight. We've got a lot of really fast folks. It's really hard to say who's going to be able to take it home tonight as we get through the. You look at the scroll across the top of the screen, you see who's all in the race. Y'all know the people. I'm gonna go ahead and pull up the point standings, look a little bit on my end, just to talk about it. Wow, we've got about a minute left in qualifying, and we can kind of look and see. So far, I guess the person who's taken to this car the most has been Jonah Colbert, who's got 3 wins on the season. The only person with multiple wins on the season. So he's definitely gotten a good grasp of it, and we'll see tonight if he's able to get win number 4. But Josh Lukovich, Josh Oswald, Jesse Nekula, Garrett Kendrick, Daniel Cunningham, and of course Chuck, also winners. So lots of different talents going to be in this series tonight that can get this done. And we got some guys who haven't gotten a win who would love to get their first win tonight. And man, I tell you what, I love Dover. I love it. I always hate to broadcast it. It puts on a good show, but man, I want to be out there on the track running this thing. I do love racing here. The trick, I don't know the next gen cars. You could find something a little bit different, but normally what it is early on you kind of wrap that bottom, and try to keep the speed up. But as the tires start to wear out, you really want to work that diamond of the corner. Um, and get that. You got to get a really straight run off the corner to keep the speed up down the straightaway. Um, that's going to be super important. But all right, let's go ahead and jump into the grid as we get ready to get this thing rolling. And we got to give out the Chuck Pegleg Pole Award. That's going to go to Cameron Combs in the number 15 machine. He starts on the front row by a blistering lap time that's over a tenth and a half faster than second place Zach Wetstein. So congratulations to Cameron Combs. Zach Wetstein on the outside of the front row. Jesse Nekula starting third. Sam Wetstein with a great qualifying effort, starting right behind his son in fourth. Jonah Colbert starting fifth. Daniel Cunningham, JC Motorsports teammate, starting outside him in sixth. Starting seventh is Matthias Swank. Aaron Adcock, Poman Motorsports, starting in 8th. Steve Loving starting 9th. Brandon Wallace starting 10th. Garrett Kendrick starting 11th. Saw him spin out on his qualifying effort, so he's got a lot of work to get up to the front. But I think if he can stay clean, I think he can get it done. Chuck Phelps, last week's winner, starting 12th. 13th, William Griffith. 14th, Fry Hubbard. 15th, Steve McDonald. And 16th, Kyle Roberts. 17th, Brandon Pollock. 18th, Josh Lokenvitz. And rounding out the field is 19th of Ryan Huff. Well, I'm ready to get this thing rolling, let me tell you, as we are gridded up, getting ready to go. As you see the field, ready to get rolling. Pace cars are cranked up. We got the gentlemen start your engines, and we're getting ready to get this thing underway. Kevin Kinder says, medium-sized turnout tonight. Yeah, you know, Dover will scare people a little bit. I think ARCA had about 30 drivers. This next-gen car, I tell you, it's just a different animal, and so you really have to, takes a lot of practice. Dover's a scary one. Just not like other tracks, it's hard to really get a feel for it, and sometimes it scares some folks away. And you'll see, looks like a couple drivers maybe starting from the pits here, as Steve Loving going to start from pit road. Interesting decision. We'll see if that plays out. Kind of hope that you get a quick caution or something to make that work. But Cameron Combs is going to lead us down. I think with a field of about 19 drivers, that's usually the sweet spot when it comes to leagues. When you have a league full of amateurs, we're not pros. 20 drivers is usually plenty. You get more, especially at Dover, it becomes a mess. And this track, as Jimmy Johnson showed, this track can definitely can block the track. Excuse me while I do a little whatever. All right, getting ready to go green. Cameron Combs is going to lead us down. A good restart for Zach Wetstein to hang on to that top side and see if he can make that work. And so far, Cameron Combs able to take that top spot. Oh, we got somebody in the wall already. I think that was Jesse Necula. No, that was Sam Wetstein. Gets into the wall. You see that right front already crinkled up. Don't forget, in the Cup Series, we do not have any fast repairs, so getting into it early like that, that's gonna be tough. That Star Trek 98 machine already with a little bit of right front damage. You need that right front. You cannot allow it to that right front is king here, because it takes so much of the load of this track that if you damage that, knock a toe out, it can really make for a tough race. So got to watch out for that. I'm actually going to go on board with Jonah Colbert as kind of show you what it takes to run it. As he goes down to the corner, he's going to maybe you'll drive in really hard. There's just so much banking. You can drive hard, let it go up a little bit, and you want to come off down low like that. Just coming off straight, you able to keep the run, you keep your speed up, and because if you try to come up off the corner high, like what Sam did, see how he's getting a good arc and coming down off the corner. If you end up high, look how quickly that wall comes up at you, and it doesn't take long, and you're going to the back with the right front damage. So Jonah Colbert starting to, he's up 2 spots from where he started, starting to run down Zach Wetstein. So Jonah, 3-time winner this season, already showing his start to show his speed, as caution is out as Brandon Pollock has gone around. As you see that Pennzoil machine with a lot of damage right in front of the leaders. Looks like he had gotten into the right side wall or something. Let's go back and check it out. And this is the Kinder Farm and Ranch Wreckage Rewind. Working that high side. Ooh, just gets a little bit loose. Trying to catch it, and just not able to do it. And wow, just a weird, kind of grabs the car and turns it around. So a little bit of damage on that 04 Pennzoil car. You got to come down and get that fixed. No fast repair, so he's going to have to get that worked on and kind of nurse it around. So you really can't make any mistakes in this series. As we've got some guys coming down pit road. Josh Lokovitz leading the charge with Brandon Wallace, Fry Hubbard, and Steve Loving. Steve Loving trying a strategy that worked out. He started from the pits, and that caution is going to get him caught up to the field, but he's going to come on down and get fuel and tires and get back out there. Steve may just not be comfortable. He's done this a couple times. May just not be comfortable with the car just yet. wants to get a little practice time by himself in race conditions. And I don't think that's a bad thing at all. But you see, 79, that first little hit that he had, really did a number on that 79 machine. So spent a little time here. Been on pit road for about 30 seconds. Guys with the hammers knocking it out, getting everything straightened back up. You don't need too much aero. You just really want to make sure you don't lose the toe of the front end. You're really going to need those front tires. And so you want to make sure the toe and stuff is in good shape. Body damage will be fine. It won't hurt you too bad. We got Kevin Kinder, Ratchet Miller in chat. What's going on, guys? He says, show Zach Wetstein's helmet. Let's go on and see if we can. I don't know if I got an onboard camera that'll show the driver. Let's see. Click through them. Oh, he's got a Wario. I see it. Yeah, the drone cam is, the batteries are dead on it, and got a new computer, so I can't really turn the camera just yet. But, yeah, I got to, I like that. I think it's Wario anyway. I'm sure somebody will correct me. It looks like Wario. That's got to be pretty spooky looking out your rearview mirror and seeing that. I think he's hoping to use that to his advantage as he is trying to run down Cameron Combs, who has led every lap so far. Started on the pole. We're getting ready to go back green. So, so far, biggest movers, William Griffith, Steve McDonald, Garrett Kendrick, Jonah Colbert up 2 spots. You saw him working on Zach Wetstein there. So, guys, already on the move, and we're getting ready to go back racing. I can't wait. It's already been exciting. The ARCA race here was really, really fun. So I'm ready to see more of this Cup car. As I was happy to broadcast the Cup car when it was that old junky one. And now I'm getting a little jealous. The last couple weeks have been something else. Cameron Combs with a great jump. Going to get out to the lead at the initial start. You have to go on green, but after that, every restart after that, the leader gets to choose. So it's so advantageous to be a leader, especially in a race that has a lot of cautions. Let's go back here and look at some battles. Daniel Cunningham working on the inside of Jesse Necula in that 84 Waltrip. He's running that. Ooh, Aaron Adcock gets a little bit loose. He's able to save it. He's going to lose a couple spots. Really bottled up that group right there. So if you're a Passons or Adcock watching right now, send a prayer to the Lord above. As old Tiny got a little out of shape there, but able to hang on to it. Under fire from his affiliate there. Hey, he stays in the race. That's the best thing that you can do. Go back up here. Is Daniel Cunningham able to make the pass on Jesse Necula? Jesse Necula running the red and black Waltrip Brewing Company scheme. He's got a whole slew of them. Jonah Colbert painted these. I'll tell you what, they're pretty amazing. He's got 3 or 4 different versions. You see him get a little bit close to that wall right there. But good looking scheme. I think I've already given it the paint scheme of the race, so I can't do it. I can't give it to him, but I don't know. I may still do it anyway. It's mine to give out, so I might just do it. Go up front, Jonah Colbert. They're working on Zach once again. They're all running the exact same lap times. Top 4, pretty dang close. That time by though, Cameron Combs really laid them down. He's starting to pull a big gap on the field. Cameron Combs, I'll tell you what, he is a extremely fast driver. He just gets caught up in a lot of stuff. I think he definitely due for a race win. Just seems to get caught up in a lot of issues, maybe stuff of his own doing, or maybe just get caught up in other people's stuff. It changes from week to week, but he's always got speed. That's always something consistent. Able to start on the front row, that's a big deal. Being able to get out there and just kind of run your pace. And so far, his pace is extremely fast, as he is a tenth and a half faster than everybody almost every lap. Battle for second, still heating up as Jonah is all over the back bumper here of Zach Wetstein. a last-second little dive down to the inside, and Zach lets him go, knows he's faster, decides to let him on by. That looked intentional. It didn't look like a dive bomb. Looks like Zach probably said, go ahead, Jonah. I can tell you're faster. Zach's a really smart racer. He knows when to go and when to maybe back off a little bit. So Jonah's going to try to run down Cameron Combs about 1.4 seconds out ahead of him now. As I tell you what, let's pull up the track map. Let's let that go. As it'll be done by car number. So if you look up there and you know your favorite driver's car number, it'll be on that track map right there. So Ratchet Miller, Kevin Kinder, if y'all looking for that 13 machine, you'll see him, that pink 13 there, right behind the 84. And anybody else watching, if you're looking for your driver, sometimes they'll be on top of each other. I can't really help that, but that'll help you kind of see where your favorite driver is. Let's go check on Adcock, because he has gotten a little bit of that right front damage and is starting to head to the back. So he's definitely got something going wrong with this car. Needs a caution. And it seemed like that right front is hurt pretty bad. So he's going to need to get down into pit road, get some damage fixed, and get that car pointed back in the right direction. Either that or he's trying to clean out his britches right now, because he almost lost it. Check on Chuck Pegleg Feltz in that 75 Marine, last week's winner. We're going to talk about him a lot because he deserved it. Finally got a win. He is right in front of William Griffith, up 5 spots from where he started. Chuck already making his bid for 2 in a row. I think he can get it done. He's got a lot of work to do. He's some 5 seconds back from Cameron Combs. But I tell you what, Chuck has been really making a lot of strides, especially in this car. I think he runs an MPI now, so he's gotten a lot of seat time in this car. So expect him to keep getting better every week, especially as we go some of these more technical tracks. Steve Loving, after starting from the pits, he is working on the inside of Sam Sweatstein, as Sam's kind of gone backwards since that initial tap on that right front. Like I said, the right front is it's like gold here at Dover. You really need it to be able to get off the corner. Oh, as Aaron is sitting sideways on the track. No caution. As the camera turned and Aaron Adcock goes around, no caution though. As the leaders are coming up on him now. I'm not sure what happened to Aaron. Let's go check it out. Again, just gets loose down there on the bottom. Let's back it up. We kind of got the back end of it. Goes down in the corner, and we'll actually go on board with him and see what he was dealing with. See him get loose from the initial get-go and then just trying to save it. So you can definitely tell they're right there on the edge of out of control. And man, my goodness, it's tough to get that thing back rolling. But we stay green. Tough for Aaron as he is gone a lap down now and is still falling. So definitely in the lucky dog spot. So he's definitely not out of it. I personally know that you can go a couple laps down, come back, and get good finishes. So got to stay with it. If I know Aaron like I do, he ain't going to give up. That 23 will be back in rolling forward pretty soon. So don't turn away if he's your driver. But a little bit behind the 8 ball now. But don't look now. We got a battle for the lead. Cameron Combs out there running those fast lap times, but Jonah Colbert able to run him down quickly. Oh, Cameron actually throws a block on him. Jonah's like, all right, that's fine. I ran you down. I'll go to the outside and we'll make it work. And he's able to make the pass there on the outside. Very scary to make a pass there, especially if you've been used to coming off the bottom. You have to adjust a little bit. But Jonah, no issue. So our points, I don't know if he's our points leader. I would imagine he is. Actually, look at that right now. Sees the standings. Garrett Kendrick actually the point leader as it stands. I don't know if Jonah had missed a race or not, but yeah, only if you drive mad. That's right. Well, maybe Aaron will get a little mad and drive himself up to the front. Our new leader, number 31, JC Motorsports, JC Racecraft Ford Mustang, out front. And just like I said, he's sitting second in points, but he has 3 wins on the season. And he just seems to have taken to this car without much trouble. Garrett Kendrick. Let's go check on him as he is trying to work on Aaron Adcock, who is a lap down. So Josh looked a bit slow on the track. Oh, he got big front end damage on that 79. That poor 79 has, man, he's giving the body guys a lot of work. Let's go back and see if we can maybe see what happened to him. Oh my goodness, he was involved in a wreck, and we're still not under caution. You see, Josh gets a little out of shape, comes down the wall, and runs into the 99. They both keep going, so no caution. But man, no wonder he had so much damage. That's tough. So Lugman's coming down pit road, but we stay green. These drivers not happy to see that, but you know, I don't think real NASCAR would throw that caution. So I don't. The iRace isn't either. But tough luck for these guys. They're gonna have to go down pit road and get some damage fixed. But Dover, I tell you, is just a tough track. It is a tough, tough track. I mean, it's the toughest mile track you'll ever go to. It's just a fine line of you got a decision to make. Do you want to be safe and drive safe? Well, you won't be fast. If you want to be fast, you're not going to be safe. And one little small mistake, getting up out of the groove, not getting on the throttle at the right time, you find yourself thrown up against that outside wall, and it'll get you quick. So you push a little bit too hard, and it'll bite you. That's why it's called the monster. Actually, says Colbert good work. Yeah, he is. And Garrett Kendrick, a little bit faster. Garrett Kendrick, Jesse Dankula, pretty fast there. We got a battle for second place here. As Cameron Cole's done this twice. He's kind of letting these guys go on the outside, going down to the, well, he's not actually letting go. Just trying to defend that bottom. Maybe just doesn't want to get stuck up on the outside as Zach looks like he may be able to clear him here. Cameron Cole's battling pretty hard though, but Zach looks like he's going to be able to take that position going down into the corner. Number 4 Sweet Tart Ford Mustang. Well, I hate to say it, but we got dang. Oh, it looks like Cameron Combs got into the wall a little bit. Maybe that's where his issues are coming from. Cameron Combs disappears. Check back here, the battle between Fry Hubbard and Steve Loving. Steve trying to slowly make his way back up to his starting spot. He started 9th based on qualifying, but actually started from the pit, so he had to work his way through these drivers. But he's worked his way up into 11th. Looks like he is able to get around Chuck, making his way forward. Really working that high line, getting the huge run off the corner, driving it in deep, going up to the top. See how hard he's driving in up to the top side, way up high, and able to get a nice low line off the corner. Griff up 6 spots where he started, so he's moving. But now it's pretty quick lap times too. Garrett Kendrick up into the Ford place, able to get around Daniel Cunningham. So don't look now, but Garrett Kendrick after that spin in qualifying, able to start to rebound a little bit. So it's like this race is gonna go green for the most part, as we've had a couple wrecks, no cautions. So if you're banking on a caution or you're trying to wear your tires out, you may be in trouble. Garrett's got plenty of time, about 4.5 seconds back from our leader, Jonah Colbert. got time to get it done. Just keep the car clean, definitely fast. Get a couple pit cycles in there. Probably gonna have to pit at least twice if we go green all the way. Had some people pit already on that first caution. But I definitely think you'll see a couple pit stops tonight. Usually William Griffith, who is the commissioner of this series, usually gives an abundance of tires, usually about 6 sets. So they got plenty of tires no matter what happens, which I like that. On a long race like this, you know, you want to have a limit somewhere. You don't want to have unlimited tires. You want that decision that makes it really fun to have that decision. See, Garrett Kendrick gets a nice run off the bottom, is going to just demolish the straightaway speed of Cameron Combs. Cameron may try to fight back a little bit, but it's not going to do any good. 13 up to 3rd place. He's rolling, boys. But yeah, I mean, you want a little bit of strategy with tires, but you don't want it to be oppressive. You don't want 2 sets of tires for a 200 lap race at Dover. Makes it tough when you have people trying to make pit stops, taking fuel only because they're trying to save a set of tires or something. So having enough tires is tough. It's a tough balance for a commissioner to find. Because you definitely want that strategy aspect, but you also don't want it to be oppressive and take away from the racing. Yeah, it's funny that a lot of the dirt racing, think about Kyle Larson, who's always been good on concrete tracks. It just seems like the dirt guys really take to these type of tracks because they're so fast. They require a lot of throttle input, kind of slip and slide everywhere. So no surprise that Garrett Kendrick would be really fast. I think if he gets a caution, he's going to be a dangerous threat to these top 2, which really separated themselves. Zach Wetstein about 4 seconds ahead of Garrett Kendrick, and about 1.1 seconds behind Jonah Colbert. He's actually running down Jonah as Jonah's dealing with a little bit of lap traffic with Stephen McDonald here, going a lap down. So that's the first car 1 lap down. He'll be a lucky dog if a caution does come out, and he's not involved in it. He's running 13, so 12 cars on the lap as it stands, and that could pick up pretty quick. You see that 31 machine starting to run down Fry Hubbard and Steve Loving, who are still having a great battle back here. Doritos versus Coke Zero, just a disgusting combination. I mean, I love it. I would love to have it, but definitely not good for the health. Fry gonna look to the inside, gonna get a run on him. Take that position, so Fry up to 11th. Fry taking care of his stuff, able to get back around Steve Loving. Somebody we hadn't talked about for some reason is Kyle Roberts. He's running right inside the top 10, almost exactly in the top 10. He's running 10, up 6 spots, started 16. So definitely a little bit something here with Kyle Roberts. A little fast here lately. Ooh, we see Brandon Pollard right in front of him getting to the wall again. You see Kyle's got a little bit of damage on that right side, so he's already made a little contact with it. We'll see most folks with that by the end of the race. Ty Swank in the Duracell Ford Mustang running in 9th. Dropped back a couple spots from where he started, but having a good run so far, putting down some decent lap times, about even with the leaders. So everybody's pretty much equal as far as lap times go, which is interesting to see. Really the whole field is within a tenth of each other. Steve Loving last lap running in 12th, ran a 23.98. Last lap for Jonah Colbert, the leader, 24 flat. So everybody running very, very similar lap times. Well, we saw Griff pass Chuck there a little bit ago, but Chuck starting to maybe swing the pendulum the other way as far as tire wear goes, and it's all over the back bumper of Chuck as he tries to, or Griff as he tries to take back that 7th position. It's about the best battle on the track because we're kind of spread out. You see on the track map, everybody's kind of separated. These two right on top of each other at 12 and 75. Chuck looks down to the inside but gets a little bit loose off the corner. He's going to drive it deep down in the corner. Has to lift a little bit off the corner, but so does Griff, and so move the 75 up to the 7th. Drivers racing each other, had to let off the gas a little bit, and you see Tia Swank able to immediately run down William Griffith as you lose a little bit of momentum. That's all it takes. So Tia's looking to capitalize there and grab him another spot as you got a 3-way battle here for 7th. Swank getting way up off the corner as he's trying to get a run here. Griff actually on the inside of Chuck. So. Oh, yellow flag is out as Brandon Pollock is on the inside wall. Brandon just having a tough night. Looks like he has spun to the inside wall again. Let's go back and see what happened real quick and see him coming off the corner. And the back end just steps out. He overcorrects. Ooh, Steve Loving. Very lucky he didn't come back up on the track, able to lock it down, keep it down to the bottom. That's weird. We've seen cars wreck across the track, and Brandon Pollock gets a little bit sideways and stops on the inside, and caution comes out. But probably a good thing. These guys probably ready for a little break. A couple guys who are behind the 8 ball probably excited to get in there and get some tires, maybe some damage fixed. Is Brandon Pollock bouncing off the wall up there? At least he's not hitting the pace car this week. All right, all the leaders going to come down pit road. No doubt about that, as we are on lap 60 of 200, so quite a bit left in this race. Definitely don't want to try any kind of weird strategies. You want to come in, get 4 tires, fill it up with fuel, make some improvements on your line, what you've been doing, what you've been seeing other guys do. Try to incorporate a little bit of that. Or if you feel like what you're doing is good, just kind of maintain. Garrett Kendrick will be glad to see that caution as he was able to run up to 3rd place, but you know, the wear difference by the time you get through the field, obviously a little bit worse. You see the battle off pit road. Jonah Colbert, Zach Wetsign, looks like everything's going to hold. Pretty much like they came in. Daniel Cunningham going to come out right behind them. Everybody pretty much coming out where they were running. Steve Loving may have passed Fry Hubbard there, so they're going to swap positions back. But up front, still Jonah Colbert. We see Steve McDonald stayed out. Maybe he just didn't know pit road was open. Not real sure, but maybe wanted to get out there and lead a lap, maybe. So he does go out there and lead a lap. Get a bonus point. You know, that can make all the difference at the end of the year. May not be a bad strategy. That's going to put him back in the at least 14th by doing that. So he's got to work his way back up to the front. Well, under our second caution of the night, been a really clean race, a lot of fun. Seen some really good racing as everything kind of equalizes out. People at the back working their way to the front, people at the front going to the back. We're starting to see a little bit of intensity pick up, but still a long way to go. I think you just kind of have to ride and wait it out. Garrett Kendrick in chat says, do they pick restart positions? There are certain series like the Xfinity series, the Goat Locker Xfinity series on Friday nights, where they can do the choose cone. Pretty neat little idea that Jonah came up with. Jonah or Logan Surgeon, maybe in Logan. I think it was Logan, where you can pick your starting position or at least your line that you want, like they do in NASCAR. But here in the Cup Series, you basically start wherever it tells you. So first, all your odd numbers start on the inside, and your even numbers on the outside. Some series allow the leader to choose the top or the bottom lane, but I don't think that's in effect here. So we do see the lights are off on the pace car. Ready to go back green. Story so far, Jonah able to make up 4 spots from where he started, take the lead. But Zach Wetstein, no slouch, was about a second behind Jonah, so definitely not letting him get away. But a new player joins the fold, the number 13. Saw him run down quite a few fast guys, so he definitely tells me he's got a lot of speed. We'll see what he's able to do now that he is equalized on tires and track position. But 31 is going to have control of the restart. And we get ready to go back green on lap 63 of 200. Battling it out for fourth place. Daniel able to take that position. Cameron Combs, who we saw start on pole, got a little bit of damage, and that is definitely hurting his power back here traffic back in ninth place. So definitely saw him fade a little bit in there. And of course with that damage, that makes it even tougher. We'll see if he's able to rebound from that. Out of shape there, maybe trying to overdrive the car with the damage on Kyle Roberts. Goes into the wall. Sam Wetstein plows into the side of him, and Kyle Roberts, huge wreck. As you see that dark smoke coming out of that car, that means she's done, boys. Take her to the house. So unfortunately, that 35 machine is done for the night. Let's go back and see what happened. I think we saw it. But we'll go back and get a little closer look as we saw him get extremely loose there. We saw Cameron Combs kind of out of shape. And yeah, just loose. Oh, Jesse Nekula was losing it up there as well. And actually spins out. Try to find him. You see him sitting there with big damage on the back end. Let's go back and see what happened to him. This is Kinder Farm and Ranch Wreckage Rewind as we go back and see what happened. This is what these new Cup cars do. We saw Kyle Busch spin out by himself in a race, which I can't believe. And oh, Chuck Pegleg almost got caught up in that. And William Griffith coming in, bulldozing the 84. But there's just nowhere to go. This track slings you up to the outside wall. You can't just turn left, especially once you're on the throttle. So Sam Wetstein, engine damage as well. Man, that took out a lot of drivers right there. See a lot of front ends missing, a lot of modifieds in this race. So not what a couple drivers wanted to see. Jesse Nekula has been really competitive in this series, and you know, that's going to take him pretty much out of the race, especially missing a whole front end. So I know that's really disappointing. Aaron Adcock able to get back on the lead lap, got a little bit of that damage fix. So I see Paul Passon's watching in chat. Aaron staying with it. All these cars are wrecking out. I mean, that wreck took out 3 or 4 drivers out of the race. So, you know, Aaron going to come back in and get some more damage fixed. But keeps on doing what he's doing. He's going to be running the top 5 for too long. Aaron Adcock, a Mississippi boy just like I am. We don't really give up. So he's sticking with it after that sail spin he had, and finds himself in 11th. Getting some more damage fixed. See him moving back towards the front. But we're under caution again, 3rd caution of the night. Luckily, without a fast repair, if they keep wrecking, one of 2 things will happen. We'll either go green all the way to the end, or we'll run out of cars. So, you know, small field, you wouldn't expect it, but like I said, this car is actually really, really tough to drive. It's proven to go from, you know, you were flat out at 1.5 milers. I went and drove the first day that it came out. Was so excited to try out the new car. Went out to Charlotte, drove 30 laps, wide open, never lifted off the throttle, and I just pulled into pits and never drove it again. Really horrible package that they had in this car. Wasn't going to be a whole lot of fun, and they updated it with what NASCAR is doing in real life. Of course, NASCAR iRacing working together. They do a lot of changes on the iRacing sim before they try them in real life. Just shows how accurate. Now, you know, iRacing is not perfect, but it's pretty dang close, and at least it gives them some data of what they can see on the track on Sunday, which is really cool. It's really cool, especially if you're part of iRacing. To have that partnership is a huge deal, and which is why you see this package really mimic what we see on Sundays. So guys are just tough to drive, a really fast track, on the edge every lap, so you have to be careful. Trying to race somebody for position would be tough. All right, getting ready to go back green. Jonah Colbert gonna lead the field down. Garrett Kendrick got a little bit of nose damage there. I'm not sure where that came from. 31 machine gets a good jump. Garrett Kendrick actually gonna get to the inside of Zach Wetstein a little bit. Not able to really get alongside of him. Zach's going to have a nice run off the corner, but Garrett with even better one. So Garrett almost cleared there. Zach going to fight hard for that 2nd place, as track position is really, really important. And Zach was running down the leader there at the end of that run. So going to fight hard for this as they're battling for 2nd place. Garrett Kendrick, Zach Wetstein, Daniel Cunningham. Oh, Cameron Combs nose dives into the wall, and caution is out. As looks like, man, it just goes from bad to worse for Cameron. As he comes off the corner, you'll see him get loose, trying to get on the throttle, overcorrects into the wall. And Steve Lovey again, barely missing that one. Is everybody able to get through that without any issue? Cameron Combs just starting on the pole, leading a few laps at the beginning of the race, and it's gone downhill from there. But under caution number 4. Well, let's go over the rundown, see where everybody's at, get an idea of what the field looks like. As you can see the ticker go across the screen, but hey, I got to have something to talk about. We got 127 more laps to go, so I got to have something to talk about. Well, Jonah Colbert been in the lead, led quite a few laps. I wish I had a good way of seeing how many laps it led, but the software doesn't keep track of it. But been sort of the leader ever since took it over from Cameron Combs and has led most of the way here. You see coming. Oh, they're coming down pit road. Deciding to. Oh no. Looks like they're just letting the lucky dog car pass. Well, anyway, led most of this race. Like I said, 3-time winner so far in this series. Looking to get number 4. Already out to a good start. Zach Westside was able to keep up with Jonah in that sweet tart Ford Mustang, and definitely going to be a player at the end of this race. But Garrett Kendrick moving up 8 spots so far, the biggest mover of the race. Got a little bit of front end damage, but probably not going to be a big issue. So we saw him working on the inside, trying to take that second place before that caution came out. We don't really know what he can do just yet. We don't know his speed relative to Jonah, as Garrett had to work through some other cars. So we'll see. We'll see what he's able to do here. Maybe if we get a long run. Daniel Cunningham doesn't seem to have the speed of the top 3. But you know, Daniel's sort of a long run driver. Somebody who really doesn't excel early, and I think he would be. I think he would admit this himself early on in a run. Just not a super aggressive driver. Really clean. You know, very respectful. But has a hard time, you know, trying to take advantage of situations early on in the run. Seems to really come in on the back end. So we get a long green flag run. I think that'll play into Daniel's hands if he can keep up with these guys early on. Chuck having a great run, running 5th. Moved up 7 spots. He's our second biggest mover. Been quietly just picking them off, racing clean. The car looks pretty darn clean. Missed that last real wreck with Jesse Necula. But last week's winner, moving the right direction. Tia Swank was on T-bone a car a minute ago, but he's still running in 6th. Having a nice quiet run. Started in 7th, kind of maintaining where he's at. Fry Hubbard keeping that car clean. A little bit of right front damage, but nothing too bad in that Chevrolet Doritos nacho cheese machine. Aaron Adcock, talked about him already. Had that self spin, gone a lap down, but has since gotten back on the lead lap, running in 8th where he started, so he can start to move forward. As long as he can hang on to it, he'll be able to get up there and maybe battle for this win. Steve Loving starting from the pits, but he got a lot of left side damage there after trying to dodge that last wreck. So starting from the pits, trying to stay clean, but Dover, it closes up quick. You're just not able to dodge everything. William Griffith with a lot of damage, and you start to see the cars with damage start to pile up here as we get towards the end of the field. But was moving up forward, had a good run, but really struggling. But getting ready to go back green, we see the back of the field kind of get caught up, everybody getting double file. Talk about Cameron Combs, Josh Lokovitz, both kind of hurting their own races by hitting the wall, and Cameron spinning out. So not out of it though, just kind of got to keep it clean, especially if you're Cameron. I think you're fast enough. You just got to keep that car from having too much damage. All right, Jonah with a great start. To go green, but Zach with a really good start that time by. Last time, Kendrick was able to maybe get the inside of him, but not this time, as Zach did a great job timing that restart. But Garrett Kendrick now all over the back end of that number 4 machine. What I like about Kendrick is he can drive the car really, really hard, and you would think, well, that's going to burn the tires up or something. But he can really make that work a lot better than what I see a lot of folks able to do. You would think, oh, he's going to burn his tires up and be, you know, just trash as hard as he can run early on in the run. But he doesn't really do that. He doesn't have really he knows how to drive fast, but also take care of his tires, and that's really, really important. Aaron Adcock passing Chuck Phelps. Chuck having a tough time here on this restart, getting passed by a couple guys, but Aaron Adcock moving his way back in the top 5, man. What a fantastic run by him as he's able to get past these guys. As Chuck leading a little bit trying to stop it. As Hubbard able to get by him. Now Steve looking to pass him as well. Steve gave him a little look to the inside, but Chuck, another one of those drivers who early on is really focused on long run, trying to make sure that he takes care of his stuff. He's not a very aggressive driver, tries to take care of other people. He will drop the hell out of you, I'll tell you that right now. If you're going to pass him, you're going to have a tough time. He's not going to give you anything easy. But he is not going to run his car harder than he wants to, I can tell you that. So he gets a little bit out of shape there. But Chuck's going to run his race. He's going to do what he wants to do. And that usually costs him a couple spots early on, but he'll get them back later on in the run. As Garrett Kendrick able to get around Zach Wetstein. And now Zach under fire from Daniel Cunningham, who I said was not very good on the early run. I don't know what happened to Zach, if he kind of got in the wall while we were talking about somebody else, but he is dropping back from that second place position. And he's falling back into the clutches of Aaron Adcock. Let's take a lap around the track with Aaron, see what we got going on. Down in Florence, Mississippi. I was down in Florence today. You see how he's got those left sides right there on the apron as you come off the corner. That's where you want to be. Get that car pointed down. Come off that corner without that much steering input, you know you did it right. You come off almost straight. So you get really, really high, exiting off low, just perfect in 1 and 2. That's about as good as it gets. You see why he's moving forward. 3 and 4. There you go. Got it that time. That was a good turn. As you see, he's able to make up ground on these guys. So the guys in the pits did some good work with this 23 machine as he is heading forward, getting a good run off turn 2. So yeah, watch out for this Adcock guy. He is he's gonna march his way up in the top 3. Let's check in on Garrett Kendrick. He's about 2 seconds behind Jonah Colbert. As Jonah, man, he's really checking out. Last lap, 2/10 faster than the whole field. So Jonah really finding a little extra here as he gets comfortable. That's the last thing you want is Jonah. If you can get Jonah a little bit, a little bit off balance, race him hard early, maybe try to stress him out a little bit. That's a good way of maybe foiling his speed, because he is extremely fast almost everywhere you go. But if you let him get out front, let him start out clocking laps, you're pretty much in trouble. And it looks like the field is in trouble as he has got a lot of clean racetrack in front of him. And he is wearing them out. Ain't nobody even running close to the same lap times he is. He's 2/10 faster than the whole field. So we'll see what the tires do on this long run if we have one. See if he's able to hang on to it. We saw Zach Wetstein start to run him down maybe at the end of the run there. So we'll see what the tire wear looks like as we put some laps down. But Jonah is moving. Check in here. It looks like Fry Hubbard actually starting to run down Aaron Adcock a little bit. So Fry, man, he is having a great race. Started at the back, basically, but is knocking on the door of the top 5 with Aaron. lap 95 of 200 here in the Dover Downs 250 on intensity. We are getting close to halfway, so still a long way to go. If you're a car with some damage, probably not having a good time. That's about half the field at this point that's gotten caught up in something or just plowed the wall out of 2 or 4. Very difficult tracks we're starting to see. I'm not really sure what happened to Garrett Kendrick, but he is off the pace a little bit, has fallen back into the clutches of Zach Wettstein in that 404 Mustang. Zach has been really fast on the long run. Both times that we've had sort of long green flag runs, so he's starting to back that up a little bit more. He gets a huge run here on Garrett Kendrick. Not sure what happened to Garrett. He's really struggling off the corner. They work around some lap traffic with Jesse Necula. Jesse missing a whole front end. Oh, Daniel Cunningham in the wall. And hit it pretty good too. Aaron kind of boxed in there. Would have loved to be able to get that spot from him when that happened, but elected to kind of back off a little bit, knowing that he probably damaged his car pretty good. So, yeah, he's going to go to the inside here. And Aaron Adcock up to 4th place. Man, you love to see it. You love to see guys work through adversity, and if Aaron can keep that thing straight, keep it pointed the right way, you're going to see him continue to move forward. Got a battle here for second. And Zach Wettstein starting to come in a little bit. Goes back around Garrett Kendrick for 2nd place. Miller in chat said the 54 pancaked that wall really hard, and he definitely did. You could kind of almost feel it. You know, I think lap traffic at Dover may be one of the hardest things because it's very specific lines. You enter in low, push up in the middle, and drive off low. And that's pretty much the whole track. And you really need, at the exit, the corners, use the whole track as like I said, the track really throws you out to the outside wall. That's why so many people are hitting the wall off of 2 and 4. You just kind of see the speed just shoot you out to the outside wall. When you have a lap car, you know, it seems like every time you go to pass a lap car, you always catch them out of turn 2 or 4, which is the worst place. So you really have to be careful. The lap car sometimes will be trying to make sure that you pass safely. You see that's going to kind of happen here. As they come off the corner, Zach going to be able to clear him before the exit. We see Zach gives him a lot of room. You know, sometimes a lap car, somebody that's been running in the normal line, they have to run that high side and then get up out of the groove, slam into the wall, and then come down in you and take you out. So it's a very scary thing to pass lap cars here, as it can go bad really quickly. So 10 cars on the lead lap as Jonah is still, man, wearing the field out. Zach is keeping pace a little bit, but Jonah a tenth faster that last lap than Zach or Garrett Ginder running in 3rd place. You see there on the track map that 31 that's highlighted green at the moment. You see the gap there, about 3.5 seconds. So got a nice lead. The next lap car is not for a whole turn. See Brandon Wallace in that 99. last lap, Zach Wetstein a little bit faster. Let's see if we can bring up a little lap time chart here so you can see what they're doing. You see Jonah a tenth, and then that time half a tenth. Zach was a little bit faster, but yeah, that's pretty good. I think that if you're Jonah and you've got a 3.5 second lead, if you're matching lap time in second place, that's pretty good. Maintain that lead. It's definitely a game. You play a game with tires. You can push a little bit harder. You know that if you fight for track position, you need to use a little bit of that tire to get what you need, and you kind of let it roll a little bit, take it easy through the middle of the run, and as you get ready to go into the pits, you're going to take those tires off anyway. You drive as hard as you can the last 10 to 15 laps and really burn them up. So we're kind of in that lull right now. We're just kind of take it easy, save what you have to get to the end of that fuel run. Like I said, with the last 10 laps for a fuel run, man, I get on it and burn them down. So yeah, Kevin, you're right. The front stretch, you can kind of see it. Sometimes these camera angles are hard to see, but the front stretch and back stretch have a good amount of banking, and so what happens is you come off the corner and you try to kind of come up off. It still has that turn. It's not flat, and so it really shoots you up the racetrack. And as you go down in the corner, I can't imagine what it's like running in real life, but that banking of the straightaway mixed in with that extra banking on the in the turns. It's just I don't know. I don't really know how to describe it other than it just seems like you're on a roller coaster going down to that corner. It's like you're dropping out of a plane skydiving, and your car you just drive it down in there, and it's so fast. So I think you're right. It seems like maybe you're dropping a couple stories down into the corner. Missing a battle here. I'm over here talking about freaking the track, and we miss Aaron Adcock passing Garrett Kendrick for third place. Let's go back and watch it. Got a little cheat code. We can go see it. Aaron drives it down into the corner and easily takes it from 13. So 13 definitely struggling on tires a little bit as Aaron Adcock into the third spot, man. I'll tell you what, great run by him. Go back up here at front. Let's see what the lap times look like now. Is Wetstein able to get a 10th and a half on lap 112, but sort of matching the lap times after that. So he's gaining a little bit, and he'll probably gain some this lap from Jonah having to pass the 99, but Zach not going away. About 3 seconds back now. Let's see that lap. Zach is just pretty much the same lap time. That's about as close as you can get. Although faster, not enough to make up any time. Even if he did that every lap, I don't think he'd catch it at the end of the race if they didn't pit. Back here and check a battle between Steve Loving and Fry Hubbard. They've been around each other seemingly all race. Fry able to jump up and close to the top 5, but has since dropped back a few spots. Fry's got a lot of speed. If you ever teach him how to save tires, Fry Hubbard's somebody that's going to be dangerous. But just really struggles to save those tires. Very aggressive. Definitely will use all 100% of the car early in a run, and sometimes that works out depending on the track. Sometimes, like here, it really makes it tough as that right front starts to wear out. you really lose all your ability to really run this preferred line like you really need to. You really have to put a lot of wheel into it off the corner. Scrubs off a lot of speed, makes it difficult. He's going to lose 2 spots there, Steve and Cameron Combs. Cameron Combs kind of still got a lot of damage, but able to sort of recover after those a little bit of incidents. As Fry's going to fight back, try to pass that 15. Definitely not as fast as it was before. Still trying to get a good finish out of it. Aaron Adcock starting to pull away from Garrett Kendrick a little bit, about 0.7 of a second. That time by Jonah Colbert, fastest car on the track. So Jonah still putting down really fast lap times, not really much fallout compared to the people he is racing. Zach still hanging in there. About 3.5 seconds now back from Jonah. So all it would take is Jonah to get up out of the groove, have to lift or something like that, and Zach can make up quite a bit of time. And as he's dealing with lap cars, that can definitely happen, because you really just can't always predict what lap cars are going to do. Of course, Zach has to deal with the same thing. So, but everybody's going to fight Jonah a little bit harder because he is the leader, and you know, once the leader gets by, you really don't fight the next guy because you're already a lap down or another lap down. So. Well, we are clicking off the laps pretty quickly now as we've got this really nice long green flag run. Most folks pitted on lap 73 last time. The leaders last pitted on lap 60. So they've got some 60 plus laps on their set of tires. So we're probably going to see green flag pit stop sometime soon, I would imagine. And that means if they can go 60 plus laps, if they come in the next 5 to 10 laps, they can probably go the rest of the way if we stay green. So we're probably looking at one more pit stop. We'll try to keep an eye on this. You know, usually the leader will kind of set the pace. If Jonah decides to come in, you'll see everybody follow suit, as you don't want to give up any time. But be interested to see if Zach, Aaron, some of these guys try to undercut a little bit, go in a little bit early, get a set of tires, try to make up a little bit of time if you can. See William Griffith slow on the straightaway. Says, does anyone else hear the Fate thumping noises? Sounds like Aiden needs to open his door and let her out. Kevin, I don't know what you mean. I may be playing drums on my legs. I do that quite a bit. That may be what you're hearing. All right, lap 132 of 200. I would expect to see some pit stops anytime soon. We got William Griffin, who came into the road. Not sure if it's just to try to fix a little bit more damage. That car looks pretty beat up. Yeah, that's a bad habit I've had all my life. Played drums in school, and I cannot sit still. I'm always shaking my leg, tapping my foot, playing drums with my hands on my legs. I can't sit still. Zach has been able to close the gap a little bit as Jonah fights with his lap traffic, but it's pretty much been the same. They are running equal times. So just trying to see who's going to jump down to pit road first. Here at Dover, if you pit early and a caution comes out, it can really trap you down a lap. You know, somebody just tries to stay out. So, you know, Jonah's got, like I said, if he comes down pit road, you'll see everybody else start to follow suit. He's got a big enough lead that I think the folks who might put him a lap down are going to follow him anyway. Zach, Aaron, they're close enough. Garrett Kendrick. Anybody else, he'll probably come out in front of them. But you can go a lap down, maybe almost a couple laps down when you pit here. Pretty long pit road. So Jonah may be waiting for the last possible gallon of gas to go down pit road just to make sure that he doesn't get caught a lap down. That could really hurt your chances. Watch here is Daniel Cunningham, Steve Loving. It's a battle for position, the 54, the orange and black, and the red and black, 27. These guys racing for position. About the only close positional race on the track right now, as everybody is pretty much spread out. This has given me sort of a much needed vocal break. Uh-oh. We have a pass for the lead as Jonah is slow. Let's go back and see what happened to Jonah. Running comfortably up in the lead, so this is going to change quite a bit. See what happened to him. Oh, wow. Jonah misses pit road. That's what happened. He was trying to go into pit road and locks up the left front. Couldn't get it slowed down in time. And that's the first mistake of the night is he's able to get into pit road right behind Zach, but that's something that Zach needed. Get that track position. That's an easy way of making up some track position. But not going to hurt him too bad. Luckily, it didn't spin out or anything, but definitely a big development there as he almost gets into those barrels. Is it a battle off pit road as these leaders are going to get that thing back going? They are pretty much equal getting in and off pit road as Tia Swain coming wide open. But two leaders Jonah going to try to retake that lead with these new tires. Got to be careful, though. You've been driving on really, really old tires. You get these new tires, it gets loose. Let's see if they're able to hang on to it. As you see other people coming down pit road, Aaron Adcock, he's coming out of pit road. Aaron a little conservative on pit lane. Jonah and Zach and Garrett, 51 seconds. Aaron, 56 seconds. So he gives up 5 seconds on the track. On pit road. So it's a little bit of a slow stop. May have had a little bit more damage to fix and elected to go ahead and do that. Maybe a good call. That may be where that extra little bit of time came from. But going to lose third place to Garrett Kendrick because of it. But we saw how fast he was, only about 2 seconds back, so he can definitely make it up. You see the difference right there. Well, Jonah was able to, I keep missing these dang passes, looking at other people. But Jonah able to retake that lead. Oh, you see him get loose there. Catches it, though. Oh, very scary. Like I said, on those new tires, you got to be careful, as you've been used to driving a certain way for so long that those cold tires will really creep up on you if you ain't careful. So a long green flag run, green flag pit stops, and we still have a Battlefield lead on track. I think if you're Zach, you've got to, I mean, obviously you want to fight a little bit harder for that position, but he's been so good on the long run, you kind of want to see if maybe you could just pick up the pace a little bit and keep pace with him to be able to take it back a little bit later to see. Was sometimes a little bit faster at the end of that run, just needed to be a little bit closer. Right now, our leader, Steve Loving, Daniel Cunningham, first and second. Daniel Cunningham coming down pit road now. So Steve Loving, your leader. That leaves 2 cars on the lead lap. And Steve can do this for a little while. He last pitted on lap 73, so he can go probably about 13 laps more than what these other guys. So he can hope for a caution. If he can get that caution, you know, in the next 10 laps or so, I think that'll be really good for him, because he can trap these guys a lap down, make them have to take a wave around, or you know, not be able to take tires. Tia Swank still on track as well. He last pitted on lap 60, so he's definitely got to come down pit road pretty soon. There he is, coming down pit road right now. Tia Swank gives up the second place position. See Steve Loving. Now Steve, the only person on the lead lap right now, is he is making a really nice strategy call. Jonah Colbert, first car on the lead lap. Jonah wouldn't mind seeing a caution. He'd be able to get the lucky dog, come down, get a set of tires where everybody else had to take the wave around. But Steve with a really interesting strategy call that could work out. The race is sort of trending towards long green flag run, so it may not work out now. But if a caution does come out, it would be a really nice little deal there for him. Doesn't have long, though. Steve crossing the start-finish line now, and Jonah Colbert crossing the start-finish line right now, so not too far back. Chuck on pit road along with Tia Swank. And interesting call here. I'm not sure if I would have done this. I don't know if it's required or optional. See Chuck with a little bit of damage on that right side. These guys are electing to get their damage fixed, which is a interesting call under green flag conditions. Normally you'd save that for caution, but apparently the damage is enough that you want to sit it out. Maybe feel like you're not going to lose that much positions. Go back up here. Steve still out on track. Daniel Cunningham getting one of his 2 laps back from going 2 laps down. You know, at this point, Steve has really made this strategy call. And, you know, if he doesn't get the caution he needs, it's not going to hurt him that bad. It's going to be pretty tough. But these guys are going to wear out some of their tires here. He comes down pit road right now, so he's going to give up the lead. Oh, he's going to miss pit road just like Jonah did. So now that's really going to hurt him. Yes, he's going to have to go back around and come back down pit road again. Definitely not what you want to do, but yeah, I mean, he really needed that caution for this to work, but he'll come down pit road. He'll have, you know, 10, 15 lap fresher tires and be able to maybe run down some of the guys who made up time on him. But missed the pit road like that, not a huge deal, but definitely a good 3 seconds like what we saw with Jonah. So that gives Jonah Colbert the lead. Zach Wetsign, though, right behind him as we start to get to the close, the final stages of this race, 40 laps to go. And with this green flag trend that we're having right here, they're going to click off pretty quick. So we'll see what Zach's able to do. Garrett Kendrick about 7 seconds back from these top 2. Aaron Adcock about 2 seconds back from Garrett Kendrick. Let's go back. Let's go look at the difference between Garrett and Aaron. Is Aaron losing a little bit of time, but we all know how fast Garrett can be on those new tires. We'll see what Aaron's able to do. So we'll watch this time by, see what Aaron is doing. A little bit faster that time. So we might see a battle for 3rd place as Aaron, dealing with a little bit of lap traffic, going to slow him up just a little bit. So right now your battle between 1st and 2nd, and 3rd and 4th, they're still pretty dang close, so we may see a battle here at the end of the race. But Jonah doing a great job getting back out front after missing pit road, losing a 3+ second lead, but able to retake that lead and is starting to put a little bit of gap here on Zach. We've seen Jonah be extremely fast early and mid-run and start to level off towards the end. Zach's going to have to find a little bit extra either early on or find it a little bit at the end. So he can't do what he's been doing, that's for sure, because Jonah's been able to walk the dog there the first part of the race and then be able to maintain it at the end. So Zach's going to have to find a little bit right now. He's losing a lot of time right here as he lets Chuck Pegleg Phelps by. Chuck is currently running in the 10th place. We noted during that pit cycle there, he elected to stay on pit road for about a minute and fix some damage that he's got on that right side. See Brandon Wallace on pit road. Brandon Wallace has been on pit road 5 times tonight, so a tough race for that 99 Sunoco Chevrolet. This will actually be his 6th pit stop. He takes 2 tires, going to try to make up a little bit of time there. Kevin Kidder says, Garrett Kendrick just needs to have a good finish to protect points lead, looking at the big picture. Yeah, that's absolutely right. You know, I don't know Garrett as a big picture driver, but, you know, maybe we'll see a little bit of change this season. He's one of those guys, he's kind of like Kyle Busch in the sense that he wants to win races. That's what's fun to him. When I think of big picture guys, I think of folks like Josh Oswald, folks like that who really know how to make a points run. But if you're looking for positives, making up 8 spots from where he started, running 3rd place. Be able to keep that points lead is a big deal. Of course, Garrett Kendrick able to get a win. Oh, yellow flag is out. Josh Lokovitz goes around. We go to our Kendrick Farm and Ranch Wreckage Rewind and see what happens before we get into the nitty-gritty of that's going to mean for the race going forward. As, yeah, Lokovitz catches that outside wall. We've seen it time and time again. Goes down to the inside wall, and yellow flag is out. So, going to tighten up a little bit of this field, let everybody get caught back up. And, you know, with 25 laps to go, you know, you don't really have to worry too much about tires anymore. You just kind of let it hang out. So I'm going to let you decide who that's going to benefit, as I think these top 5 drivers all can get that done. They all come down pit road, going to get a set of tires. You're going to see some people stay out, I'm sure, who just pitted. Try to get a little bit of track position. I don't think it'll matter. I think we've been plenty of laps anyway. Nobody pitted really. Steve Loving, last person who pitted at lap 160, and that was 15 laps ago. That's enough to let those tires wear out. So we're going to watch this battle off pit road, see who gets that track position. That's going to be huge here as we near the close of this race. 25 laps. Like I said, no worried about long runs anymore. As we watch the battle off pit road, Jonah going to win the battle, so everything holds the way that they entered. Top 4 come out the same. So 25 laps, you're really just going to drive the hardest 25 laps you can run, I think. I don't think in this car you really like you give it a couple laps to let the loose condition kind of go away as you let the air pressures build up. And then, man, you got to start clicking on qualifying laps. Josh Lokovitz, confirmed NASCAR plant, as he brings out a caution to make it a little bit more dramatic here at the end of the race. Going to end up with about a 24-lap shootout, maybe a 23-lap shootout, depending on when we get the 1 to green. See Steve Loving back on pit road. The beneficial to him is he was, I think, the last car on the lead lap, so he can come down and get fuel and tires without really having to give up that much track position. Alrighty, lights are off on the pace car. Everything that we've had up to this point, you can throw it out the window. None of it matters right now. The only thing that matters is who crosses the checkered flag first. And that's what we're going to settle right here. So your lead lap cars, your top 6. Jonah Colbert, Zach Wetstein, Garrett Kendrick, Aaron Adcock, Daniel Cunningham, and Steve Loving are your lead lap cars. Well, who's going to take it home tonight? It's been a race of attrition here as the top 5 get a good little restart as Steve's going to be behind the 8 ball just a little bit. But we'll see if anybody struggles on these new tires. You got to wait for. Oh, Aaron going to get into the wall. The first mistake that we've seen. Grabs a little bit of that wall. He's going to get really out of shape here as he is trying to make up that lost time. So already, somebody step out and be aggressive, but it doesn't seem to be hurting him too. Oh, and he gets loose, but he's able to save it. Great save by the 23, but that's going to lose a lot of time. Really just trying to wheel that car. And gets a little bit loose there. Tire's still a little bit too cold. He's going to drop back to the 5th position. But still a little bit of time. Hopefully that damage isn't too bad and he can get back up there and battle for that 4th place. Let's go check up front. Nothing has changed just yet. Oh, Garrett Kendrick goes into the wall hard. Huge hit. Steve Loving gets a piece of that. And oh my goodness, caution is out here as Garrett Kendrick. Oh, nasty hit on the outside wall. Let's go back and see that. My goodness. See him get a little bit loose. He's getting loose and overcorrects right into the wall. And Steve Loving, you'll see him come in here at the last second, get a little tail slap. And he's going to go up into the wall too. So, man, tough break for the 13 machine. Really, really tough break. It's interesting, these rack and pinion steering systems that these cars have. I've seen so much more overcorrecting into the wall than what we used to see out of the old Gen 6 car. And I guess it's just because the different, going from a steering box to a rack and pinion seems to really catch and just shoot you to the outside wall. If you don't, you got to give it just a little bit of movement. You're trying to save the car, and it seems like once the front tires catch, you're gone. So, not good if you're a Garrett Kendrick fan. Is he going to have a big damage? But elects not to come down pit road, which is an interesting call. And we've got a couple different interesting calls. Is you see Zach Wetstein coming down pit road, Aaron Adcock, Daniel Cunningham coming down to get tires. As we've only seen a couple laps here, but it's going to be about 7 laps fresher tires. So pit strategy call going to leave Jonah and Steve out there by themselves on an island. Garrett going to stay out as well. Interesting. It's going to change up the game a little bit, put Jonah at least behind the 8 ball a little bit. We'll see how much of a difference it makes. May not make much of a difference as they're going to have to give 2 or 3 laps to allow the cars to get up to speed. And you see how loose it is on those new tires. So he might can get out to a big enough lead that it won't matter. But we're going to see how that plays out. Steve going to come down pit road, get his damage fixed. Garrett, he's going to stay out there and just roll with the punches. So with about 16, 17 laps to go when we go back green, and we've got a completely different race here as Jonah's going to have to overcome. He's been definitely the fastest car on the track, the most consistent other than missing pit road. But now he's going to have to overcome a 7-lap tire advantage. So let's see how much faster he is than these other 3 drivers here. Garrett's got quite a bit of damage. Be interested to see how big a deal it is. It looks pretty bad, but we'll see. I'm starting to lose my voice a little bit. You know, a nice thing about these top 6, only 6 cars being on the lead lap, these guys can spend a little bit of extra time fixing their car. Aaron spends about 38 seconds, so does Steve Loving on pit road, getting that damage fixed as much as they can, not really giving up that much track position. So, nice little benefit of only that many drivers on the lead lap. Yeah, I need one bad. All right, getting ready to go back green. 17 laps to go. There's a lot of questions here. A lot of things to think about as we get ready to go back green. Get ready to get to the end of this race. How are those tires going to do on the drivers who pitted, those 3 on the right side of your screen? Garrett Kendrick with that damage, how bad is it? And what can Jonah do here? Going to get the additional jump on the start. Garrett Kendrick just did not get going. That damage looks pretty bad as not able to get going on the start. So here's what we're going to see right here is Kendrick's definitely off the pace. How big a difference is those tires going to make as Zach is going to start hunting down that 31. He's got a long way to go, 7-8 tenths already from the initial start. So he's going to have to use up quite a bit of the good off those tires, but we'll see next time by. Of course, 7 laps is not that much, and was able to get under caution and cool the tires off. We'll see next time by what the lap times look like. But Aaron Adcock up into 3rd place. Got that damage fixed and looking fast in that Poman Motorsports 23. Just stay out of that outside wall, Aaron, if you can hear me. Well, we don't have to worry about whether or not the tires are good enough or not because Jonah Colbert sets the fastest, at least one of the fastest laps of the race that time by. A good 4 tenths faster than anybody else on the track. So I guess we know the answer to the tire situation is Jonah has plenty of tire left with 14 laps to go. We've got a nice little battle here for 3rd place, the podium. You know, you get you an interview in 3rd place, 4th place, nobody gives a rip. So this is important in the original Rebels to be able to get that 3rd place. Whenever I'm running a series, it's broadcasting, and I'm running for points, trying to win a championship. I'm always like, just get an interview. That's all you got to do. You may don't have to win the race, but you get an interview every week. You're going to be up there battling for the championship. Aaron getting a little gap here on Daniel. See if he can run down Zach. That time by, Aaron was a little bit faster, about 10 faster than Zach, so he's definitely running him down. Jonah, though, still about 3 tenths faster than the top 2. So definitely had a little bit in the tank, that 31 machine did. Check in on Garrett Kendrick. He's still, I mean, you know, it's not a bad thing. You know, if you're talking about him being a big picture driver, probably a good, you know, you don't know how many repairs you're going to have to do. None of it's really going to matter if you got that much damage. So he stays out. kind of lets the field go, and he's running in 6th place. I mean, they're not going to run him down in 14 laps, so I think it was a good call for him to stay out, keep that track position, and get that good finish, even with a tore-up race car. Keep an eye on the 2nd place and see if Aaron can run down the number 4 machine. And Aaron's really, you see how hard he's driving deep into the corner. Let's go on board with Aaron as we watch him try to run down Zach Wetstein. 2nd place. You can definitely tell he wants it. He's driving the heck out of it. Just got to be careful. Seen him bounce off the wall a couple times. Has to lift a little bit there, so you definitely tell he's driving it really, really hard, getting a lot in the entry, but losing a little bit on the exit. So yeah, he's just a little bit too high off the corner. He's having to put a lot of wheel into it. That's really dangerous. That's how you slap that right front. Yeah, had to lift. Yeah, he's being really, really aggressive with that right front. He's got plenty of speed. He can get in really fast. He's just getting on the throttle a little bit too soon. Oh, he's going to get loose. If I was his crew chief or spotter, I'd be telling him, hey, man, just be patient on the throttle. Get a better run than him. He's trying to make up too much. He's making up a lot of on entry, but he's trying to make up time in the middle. He just needs to wait a little bit longer on the throttle, and he'll run down Zach. But he's putting a lot of pressure on that right front, trying to get on the throttle too soon. Got to let it roll, let it wait a little bit. He gets a little bit loose entry. You can see that right front's hot. He does a really good job there of rolling the center. But when he got back on the throttle, the car just not go down to the bottom. That was a good turn there as he's starting to work on that 4 machine a little bit more. Good turn there. Doing what he's got to do to maintain, not get into that wall. Just making up so much time in 1 and 2 trying to drive down deep in the corner, which is fine. You can do that here. That's why I love it. 3 laps to go. Does Aaron have what it takes, or is Daniel Cunningham going to run down Aaron here as he's about half a second? So battle here for 2nd place. If you're Aaron, how bad do you want that 2nd? Are you willing to push that car a little bit too hard? Are you comfortable finishing 3rd? So he kind of goes down low. Let's see what he's going to be able to do. White flag is out. Last lap of the race. Is Aaron going to be able to make it? Goes down to the inside. He's going to have position there on Zach Wetstein. He gets a nice run off the corner. Oh, no! And it goes down and hits the inside wall. It comes back out. And the 23 goes around. Oh, my goodness. Unbelievable. The 23 goes around. Jonah Colbert going to take home the checkered flag. Zach Wetstein in 2nd. And Daniel Cunningham in 3rd place. Aaron trying to get back rolling to finish this thing off. Should be able to finish it at least on the lead lap as long as that motor hangs on. But that's fighting for it. He wanted that 2nd place so bad, and just a little bit too much on that throttle, and goes around and knocks the front end off of it. But still able to come home 6th place with a great run. You love to see it. You love to see it. Let's go back and watch that again. That was pretty fun to watch. You saw him get really aggressive. We'll watch as from his nose cam. He gets to the inside. He tries to get on the throttle. No, he's got to stay low. Comes off that corner when that banking. Oh, man, just clobbers it. That's the P&J Hard Luck Award winner right there is Aaron Adcock. Man, spun himself out earlier, got a lap down, able to come back from that. There on the last lap, fighting for 2nd place, and spins out trying to get that 2nd place, but still finishes in 6th. It was a great run for him. But Jonah Colbert, your winner, as he's able to take home the victory. Let's go ahead and get these interviews underway. Well, let's talk to our 3rd place finisher, Daniel Cunningham. This is Eddie in the booth. You got me?
Hey, Eddie, I got you.
Well, pretty quiet race for you, kind of hanging out near the front all race long, taking it easy. Got the right side of that car pretty much like everybody else did tonight. And there at the end, when Aaron, trying to fight for that 2nd place, gets in the wall, and you come home with the podium finish. Talk about your race.
I felt like I was definitely on the struggle bus tonight, man. Just felt like I could, on the short run, keep up with some of the guys up front, but it just ended up burning my stuff up. So this is definitely a track that's got me a little bit puzzled. So to come out with a podium and 3rd place, I definitely can't complain about it. That's for sure.
Well, what were you struggling with? Do you know? You have an idea maybe what was giving you the most trouble trying to keep up with those leaders?
All of the above, everywhere. I don't know, man. It's a good question. This is the first time with the next gen car since they did the updates with it that I've really felt like it was more on the tight side than the loose side. And I couldn't really figure out what to do to combat that. I tried backing my corners up, tried doing a little bit more diamond with it, and I don't know, just everything I did, it just seemed like I was just a step off of those guys that were in front of me.
Well, to be a little bit step off and come home with a 3rd place finish as a pretty dang good run for sure. Well, who do you got to thank? Any sponsor shout outs?
So we'll go a little bit different with this one tonight. Today's actually would have been my granddad's 91st birthday if he was still with us. So happy to have a good run on his birthday. He's a big reason why I'm into racing. Passed away when I was younger, basically closest thing to a dad I've ever had in my life. But he's a big reason why I'm into racing, why I watch, why I do everything that I do with it. So just to get a good run on his birthday definitely means a lot. And thanks to you for putting on the broadcast, and to all of our admins that put everything together. Appreciate what they do, and just takes an army to get everything done here, and appreciate what everybody does to put the show on.
All right. Well, there you go. 3rd place finisher, Daniel Cunningham. Let's talk to 2nd place, Zach Wetson. Hey, Zach, let's in the booth. You got me?
Yeah, I got it.
Well, Zach, you had a pretty neat race, running 2nd pretty much all race long. Run down Jonah maybe a little bit there on that first green flag run. Able to take advantage of him missing pit road, get out to the lead. Man, it just seemed like you were just a little bit behind the 31 machine. What did you need to maybe to get up there and battle him for the win?
Just 3 and 4. I had one. I think I had 1 and 2 down, the best in the field, at least from the people I was driving with. But man, he knew how to get through 3 and 4, and my car got tight through there, and he got loose, and it turned out that getting loose through 3 and 4 was better for you on through the center to exit, as long as you didn't wreck it. So. I mean, he ran a pretty much a flawless race. Obviously, after the green flag pit stops, he got loose a couple times, but I mean, that was probably the loosest the car got. So I don't blame him.
Well, I mean, tell me what's the biggest thing you were dealing with this car? What's the hardest thing, especially with this car and track combo? We saw a lot of people really struggling. What did you struggle the most with this car and this track?
Man, the setup is just like I said. At least for me, and it kind of depends on how you run your tires. But for me, it was just really tight through the center of the corner. Luckily, through 1 and 2, what I had that kind of helped me was, for some reason on older tires, these tires don't wear. I was able to punch the gas even if my car was pushing up the track, and it would just turn really well. But I couldn't find that in 3 and 4, so that was probably the toughest thing. Was I was having to modulate the throttle so much on the exit of 4 and through the center of 3 and 4, to make sure I didn't go hit that wall, which is so easy to do.
Well, 2nd place, fantastic run. I thought whenever you got past him on that those green flag pit stops that he was in trouble, but still a great run by you, showing a lot of strength and like I said, I think just getting down 3 and 4, man, you would have been able to get him. So good second place finish, though. Good finish. Who you want to thank? Sponsor shout outs.
Yeah, thank you. Original Rebels Racing League altogether, for what it's a great league. We have so many different series and different people that run them, and yet most of them, if not all, go smoothly. So as smoothly as they can. ORRL Farms, Putt Rehab Incorporated, Custom Steel Buildings, Smell Racing Designs, Shiba Inu Crypto, Intensity Broadcasting, you for broadcasting, especially 200 laps at Dover. As drivers, we were kind of surprised to see that. So as a broadcaster, I'd imagine that was odd to see. But Peg Leg Felts, P&J Motorsports, Kinder Farm and Ranch, everybody in the league, like I said, and then my parents.
Well, all right. Well, congratulations. Great run, man. Good job on second place.
Yeah, thank you. And also shout out to Jonah for his win.
Well, there you go. Second place. Zach Westheim's bringing the leader. The winner, Jonah. This is Eddie in the booth. You got me?
Hey, what's up?
Man, well, early on, drove up through the field, 4 spots, took the lead, and just dominated. Now, the first thing I want to know is, where did you learn all these Dover skills from, man? Because you're extremely fast tonight.
Man, I don't know. It's almost like I had someone teach me one time, some old dude. He's not relevant anymore, though, because he's just in the broadcast booth. So, no, man, just diamond it worked.
Well,
I don't know what to say.
Yeah, I tell you, that's 4 races on the season that you won. You've really, after the change to these cars, you've picked it up better than anybody. I expect there'd be a little bit of learning curve for some folks, but I guess those who are, who may be called aliens can really get and learn something really quickly and apply what they learn to these cars. What do you think do you attribute to being able to pick up the changes of these cars so quickly that other people seem to be struggling with?
I don't know, man. It's tough to say. I tend to drive better with a loose race car rather than a tight race car, and these cars have been known to be loose with the recent changes. And tonight, the setup, I don't think iRacing updated the setup because it didn't have an open setup for it, and it was bottoming out in 3 and 4, and so 3 and 4 was handling entirely different than 1 and 2. 1 and 2 was tighter in a dump truck, and then honestly, in 3 and 4, I was wrecking loose every lap. I don't know if you could tell from the broadcast or not, but there was a couple times I was sideways and had to collect it. But
no, it found out good.
It was driving good for me, man. I found out when it bottomed out, instead of braking, just use that to slow the car down. So I would go down into 3 and 4 wide open and just dump the throttle and let it drop. And when it did, it would slow the car down, diamond it off the corner, and punch the throttle, and you were good to go. And it kept it loose the whole run, and it just worked. So.
Yeah, it was interesting to watch the lap times. Normally you'll see somebody get out to a quick lead, running really hard early and start to fall off a little bit. But you were able to be 3 or 4, 2 or 3 tenths at least faster than anybody else. And then as the tires equalized towards the end of the run, you were just as fast as everybody. So it was interesting to see how your line and how you were attacking the race really benefited you throughout the whole run. Instead of, it seemed like if you were running 2 or 3 tenths faster than everybody early, you would give up a lot more tire, but you really didn't do that.
Yeah, tire wear doesn't seem to be as big of an issue in this car because I noticed that some of my fastest laps were 10 laps into a run rather than the first 2 or 3 laps. So it seems like, even late in the run, I think I was on like lap 60 of a run, and I ran like a 23.8 or 23.7, something like that. And then 20 laps into a run, I was running the same time. So it didn't really seem to matter once you got past a certain point. So you just got to drive the hell out of it, I guess.
There you go. Well, man, congratulations. 4th win of the season, man. You going to let somebody else win one?
Yeah, next week. Yeah, I'll probably dump it in the bus stop next week. So
there you go. Well, that's right. Watkins Glen next week. Well, all right, man. Well, go celebrate. Congratulations, man. Awesome win, dominating performance. Other than the pit road entry that you missed.
Hey, we don't talk about that. We don't talk about that. Hey, Steve did the same thing. So.
Yeah, I did. I saw Steve do it too.
That was our team strategy.
Yeah, but Steve wasn't in the lead though. So, but anyway, able to recover though, get the lead back, get a win. 4th win on the season, man. Congratulations. That was awesome. Who you got to
Thanks, man.
thank?
Shout out to Zach for running with us at JC Motorsports team. Shout out to Kinder, Daniel Cunningham, Steve Loving, Griff. He was in there with us tonight. Just everybody cracking up, having a good time. It was a blast. And appreciate you broadcasting this long of a race, man. I know 200 laps, it probably get kind of boring after a while, but stuck it out. So appreciate it.
Nah, it wasn't boring at all with y'all putting on such a good show. So, man, great run, good win, and we'll see you next week. See what you can do at Watkins Glen.
All right, man. Thanks.
There you have it. Good broadcast here on Intensity. Jonah Colbert, your winner. Let's bring up the results as we'll see where everybody else finished. Of course, we already know the top 3. Steve Loving able to come home with a 4th place finish. Garrett Kendrick recovered after wrecking out of 3rd place, finished 5th. Aaron Adcock trying to run down Zach Wetstein on the last lap and take home the 2nd place finish, but ends up wrecking and takes home 6th. Fry Hubbard 7th. Chuck Pegleg Phelps, last week's winner, 8th. Tia Swank 9th. Brandon Wallace 10th. Jesse Necula 11th. Steve McDonald 12th. Josh Lokovitz 13th. 14th Cameron Combs. 15th William Griffith. 16th Kyle Roberts. 17th Sam Wetstein. 18th Brandon Pollock. And that's it. Well, as far as some awards, best paint, I don't know. I'm really gonna have to give it to Jesse Necula, man, and that Waltrip Brewing Company. Man, I just love the way that thing looks. So it's really hard not to give. I've already given him that award already. Well, dadgummit, he's gonna get it again. So congratulations to him. Mr. Irrelevant Award, Ryan Huff. Ryan Huff joined the server. Never ran a single lap in the race, so we'll give him the Mr. Irrelevant Award. Well, all right, guys. The Raycom Hard Charger Award is going to go to Fry Hubbard. 7 spots from where he started, finished in 7th place, so congratulations to Fry. And all the other winners and our race tonight, all the people in chat, Intensity Broadcasting, Griff for putting this series on, all the people who show up every week to race with us, and all the other Rebels admins. Want to thank y'all for watching. Hope y'all enjoy it. Then I want to special thank to Kevin Kinder, Ratchet Miller for being in chat. Paul Passes, if you're still watching, thank you for being active in chat as well. And we will see y'all next week. We'll be back on Intensity Broadcasting. Will be tomorrow night. Josh Hall or somebody else with Intensity will be broadcasting the Outlaw and Rebels Truck Series, and then on Monday nights back on Rebel Racing Network for me in the Retro Cup as we get ready to finish up that season. So come on out. Every week, same time, same place. Come out and check us out. I want to thank Intensity, Dayton Weiss for allowing us to use his platform on Saturday nights just to maybe reach a new audience. But all the people who support us every week, definitely want to thank y'all. And we'll see y'all next week. Next week's going to be interesting. It's going to be 50 laps at Watkins Glen. It's going to be a long race, but a road course, all green flag action. Who's going to be the best road course? Always fun to see some old guys get on the road courses. I tell you, though, you have to watch out for Zach Wetstein because he can do some road courses. So we'll see how that goes. Next gen on road course next week. Come check that out. I think that'll be a fun, interesting broadcast. I'd rather be broadcasting and racing, I'll tell you that. All right, guys, we'll see y'all later. And come back to Intensity tomorrow night for Rebels and Outlaws. We'll see you later. Bye.